Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 10. Before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So this episode picks up exactly where we left off with Ashley and Candace arguing. Of course, Candace was absolutely body shaming Ashley, calling her forehead and wide body. But as the argument continues, finally, Candace tries to give a half-hearted, really crappy apology to Ashley by telling her that those comments were not meant to body shame her. She was just angry and it came out. It doesn't matter if you were angry, mad, happy, sad, glad. It doesn't matter what your emotion was. That was body shaming, period. Anything that you said about that woman was body shaming. Wide-bodied, forehead, whatever. It's all rude and it's all childish. And it's just simply Candace. Ma'am, pull it together. You are 34 years old, but you are still giving teenage vibes. What is the problem? I was really trying to give you the benefit of the doubt this season, but you continue to show that you have not grown or changed since your very first episode on this show. You are too smart to know that you are doing something that's not okay. Stop it. Mia decides that she wants to have this goddess lunch, and she has invited all the ladies to come to the goddess lunch, and she lets them know that yes, Wendy and Karen will be there. She says that she's optimistic that the ladies can get together and mend some fences. And I said, you know what? You would think so. You would think that with these women all being over the age of 34, that they would be able to get together, talk things out civilly, and let it go, move past it. But that's not how things go. Most times they say that they've hashed it out, it's over, we're gonna move on, and 2 episodes later they're at each other's throat again. I don't get it. Mia decides that she's going to deliver the message from Karen earlier when Karen said that she expected an apology from Giselle, and she wants Giselle to apologize to her for using the word dead when she was talking about Ray. And I said again, I am a huge fan of the Grand Dame. She is my favorite of all the Potomac Housewives. But ma'am, let it go. And you know who else needs to let it go? Giselle.
Okay, so Mia, tell her she'll be dead before I apologize. Say it just like that. Her and Ray will be dead before I apologize.
This woman is too grown for this. So instead of you just saying, I don't think I owe her an apology, I didn't wish death on Ray, I just used the word dead or death, and I don't think that requires an apology. You want to double down on it and then add her to it. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you grown women? Then we see Karen making this Welcome to Surrey County video in Potomac. And Bravo is shady. As she's making this video, Bravo keeps putting at the bottom of the screen, this is not Surrey, this is Potomac. And the producers ask her, why are you filming this Welcome to Surrey video in Potomac? And she says it's a trial run. But last night on Instagram, she did post that the real video has been completed. Thank you, Potomac, for allowing her to practice in Surrey or something like that. I'll have to post the tweet. But girl, I think that if it hadn't been displayed on Bravo and if the producers hadn't made a big whoop about filming that video, that would have been the Welcome to Surrey video. That's just my opinion, allegedly. I'm just saying, people would have showed up to Surrey looking for this, and it ain't there. None of it. I mean, seriously. Personally, I would love to visit Surrey. I love a small town, and I'm sure that I would fit right in down at the 7-Eleven because I'm not afraid to go into 7-Eleven. I don't understand it, but I would go right in there, speak to everybody, and get a Slurpee. Anyway, moving on. You see Giselle having a conversation with her daughters, and this was one conversation that I could get behind. She was explaining to her daughters, letting them know that when they get married, that they should try not to lose themselves. Try to still be a strong, independent woman. And I think that most moms would tell their daughters the same thing. You don't have to take a backseat to your husband's dreams. Don't dim your light for anyone else. And you don't want to get in a situation where your husband is the one providing and making all the money. And then when he leaves you, if something should happen and you don't get a really good divorce settlement or alimony and all of that extra stuff, that you're out here trying to figure out how you're going to live, you don't want to be in that position. I would tell my daughters that constantly. Don't be that person. And it's really good that she's showing them an independent mom who's out here. She's a go-getter. She's doing her thing. And that's like me and all my girlfriends, all of my married girlfriends and all of my single girlfriends. We are very independent and go-getters. We are out here trying to do what we need to do to take care of our children. And I think that women should always make sure that they have a backup plan just in case things don't work out. And I also say that for gentlemen. There are a lot of gentlemen who are stay-at-home dads. That has become a really big thing now. And I kind of like seeing a stay-at-home dad, you know, but he shouldn't take a back seat either. Always have a little shoebox money, because you never know. The bottom could fall out of your relationship at any time. You could be replaced. Okay, but you still want to live in the lifestyle you are accustomed to. So watch your back. That's all. Candace and Chris have a conversation and she mentions that he's drinking. And I think I mentioned that in my last video or the video before that. Have you noticed in every scene that we have seen Chris this season so far, he always has a drink in hand, or he's right in the middle of making a drink? Shady Bravo let us know that it was before 5. Now, I'm sure it was 5 somewhere, but it wasn't 5 at Candace's house. And Chris already had a drink on the rocks. He mentions that it's due to stress, and I'm thinking you need to relax. You need to relax, Chris. You cannot deal with your stress with drinks. Anyway, him and Candace have a conversation.
Look, I have a job. You don't give a shit about what I do. I'm working. It's not like I'm sitting here doing nothing. I feel like you think that my stuff doesn't matter as much as yours.
I never said that, and I don't think that.
That's how you make me feel.
You know, she says that that's not true, but your whole face, your actions, your body language does not say that. The way you act, the way you speak to him, the way you treat him is as if you are more important than him. Now, I'm telling you, as a woman, I want to be treated special. I want to feel that I'm special, but I have to think that husbands want to feel special too. I don't think that anybody should be better than the other person in the relationship. I don't think that your dreams and your aspirations should be more important than your husband or your wife's dreams or aspirations. I really, truly agree that Candace needs to hire her a real entertainment manager, and Chris needs to go follow his culinary dreams. That's what he does. That is his passion. She needs to stop this. She then apologizes, you know, a little baby, I'm sorry, you know, with her little tissue. And I said, all right, cry count. Episode 10, second time the napkins have come out. Girl, you can't do this. And how long is this baby act going to last? How long are you going to be able to pretend like a baby and cry, I'm sorry? How long does that work? I need to know. I'm asking seriously, because, you know, one day I would be somebody's wife. I might have to pull out the old tears in the tissue. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? How long does that work? Anyway, moving on. Then we get to Wendy and Eddie and the kids. And this is where I actually had to pause the video. I started crying like a baby. I mean, I didn't fold up my Kleenex or anything, but I was truly crying. They had this conversation with her children.
Police officers are supposed to protect and serve.
Then why are they killing black people?
And those people who aren't good people may end up becoming police officers.
Like, would the police just think of us as a threat and then kill us?
Like I said, you don't know who the good or the bad police officers are. But you should always treat, just like we teach y'all about treating everyone you see with respect, right?
Yeah,
and so you treat everyone like a human being, because you don't know.
How about if I become a person like Martin Luther King and I change that black people don't get to be a threat and white people don't get to be a threat?
Well, you will be a great man.
Those kids are so sweet and so innocent. And these are conversations that are happening throughout the United States. We have all had those conversations with our beautiful African American children. I have had this conversation with my son, who is a teenager, who is a sophomore in college. I have had this conversation with him so many times. It's frightening that you are so scared that your child will have some sort of contact with law enforcement and they might get that one cop that just doesn't give a damn, that they don't care that this child is innocent. I mean, it's hard. It is really hard. And I agree with her when she says that it's so wrong that we have to take away our baby's innocence to have this conversation. I think that her and Eddie handled that beautifully, and it just made me cry. I mean, I sat and cried for about 5 minutes before I had to, not fold my Kleenex, but just wipe my eyes real good and, try to move on from it. But it's scary for us parents. It really is. Then we see Karen and Ashley meet up, and it was really funny because Karen says that she is determined to get Ashley's kids to like her at some point. And then she makes this comment that she's told her children that when they finally start having kids, she wants her grandkids to call her Diamond. I said, well, what? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So she has decided that G-Mall is going to be the name she's going to go for. And I started thinking to myself, when my son finally has a baby, which it better not be for at least 7 years, buddy, I'm too young and too cute to be a grandma. Anyway, plus I want to get out and live my life. You understand what I'm saying? I want to, get my groove back. But anyway, I was thinking, what would I want my grandbaby to call me? And I was thinking, I am real country. You know what I mean? I'm real country. And I like what I call my grandma. So I call my grandma Momo. And so that's what I want to be called, Momo. It's nothing cute about that. It really isn't. But for some reason, I just love it. I'm going to be somebody's Momo one day. Ashley goes on to say that she wants Giselle and Karen to find some kind of closure. She wants them to go ahead and make up. And I said, girl, please. We have been saying the same thing about you and Candace. We really have. And I don't understand why on a constant basis for 6 seasons, which this is really getting old. This isn't going over well. We are tired. For 6 seasons, we have seen Karen and Giselle go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We're over it, Bravo. Do you hear me, Andy Cohen? We are over it, hon. These two have got to stop this. Seriously. I don't understand why 2 women who are over 50 cannot sit down at a restaurant, at a nightclub, at a restroom, at a hotel, somebody's house. Why they can never just sit down and ignore each other.
That Giselle's going through a really hard time.
Everybody knows what's going on. This man dragged her because he broke her heart. He cheated on her, and he took her through hell. I know she's in pain. Okay, so a conversation needs to happen. I have given my apologies. There will be no more apologies from Karen Huger.
Why can't Karen and Giselle just coexist without all the fussing and the fighting? I don't understand it. Karen brings up the comment again that Giselle always wants to use everyone else's business and situation as fodder. She's always out here telling everybody else's business, trying to drag everybody else's business out of them. But when someone approaches her about her business, that's a problem. You have crossed the line. You are disrespecting her. That's none of your business. I don't get it. I don't get it. Everybody always says when you're a housewife on Bravo and you're carrying the peach or the orange or the diamond or whatever, the apple, whatever, the wine glasses, the champagne glasses, that you're supposed to open up your full life to the show. Why can't we see your full, honest life? It seems to me that all of Giselle's storylines, which is rare that she has one, but all of her storylines are manufactured. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of, remember Kenya's first season and she had, what was that man's name? Was his name Willard? Was his name Willard? or Walter, something with a W, and then it came out later that allegedly she paid him to pretend to be her boyfriend. I don't know. I'm getting that same vibe from Giselle. I don't know. Anyway, that's not my business. Anyway, her and Karen are full of crap. Karen does make the comment that if Giselle wanted to have a private one-on-one conversation with her, she would welcome that. She would be open to it. Then we see Robin go see her life coach. As soon as they put up on the screen that was her life coach, I said, I don't even care, because this woman needs to be at a therapist, a full-fledged therapy appointment. In Robin's meetings with the life coach, you could really tell she proved my point that she really could use a therapist. You know, she was talking to her about her best friend who stole all of her and Juan's money, and how she still doesn't fully trust anyone. And you can tell that this is still weighing very heavy on her. She has still not been able to get past it. She has not been able to fully move on from it. And I said, you need to see somebody. Then she brought up her relationship with Juan and how she doesn't feel that he's really supportive of her. And I started thinking about it, and I said, you know, when I see any interactions with her and Juan, I mean, from the very beginning to now, it doesn't come off to me that Juan is in love with Robin. It does seem that he loves her, but that he's not in love with her. There's no chemistry there. It's almost as if he feels stuck with her, but that I don't know, they're friend zoned, if you ask me. I just don't think that that's a healthy relationship. It seems that he's sticking around for the kids, maybe. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Am I reading that wrong? So the ladies all show up for Mia's goddess lunch, and everything is beautiful. It's absolutely wonderful. I would really have enjoyed going to somewhat of a goddess lunch like that. All the ladies were dressed up nicely. Ascala comes in and says she is giving them Ethiopian goddess, and she was giving it, okay? She looked amazing. All the ladies were excited when they showed up, except for Giselle. Giselle shows up. As she's walking up, she's complaining. Oh, I gotta walk up these rickety steps. I felt like I was walking through the woods trying to get here. Can't you just come in and say hello? Everything is a complaint. There is not one thing positive about Giselle. It is ridiculous to be so beautiful on the outside, but so ugly on the inside. What is wrong with you, woman? Just come in. Be happy. It's beautiful out there. You're getting fresh air. You're with your girls. At least you're with Robin. Come in, sit down, and be gracious. Yikes. Giselle says hi to everyone, and Wendy doesn't speak to her. Giselle didn't absolutely say hello, Wendy. She just gave a hello, because you know she's a bitter woman. Candace shows up with this short wig on. She says she's given 70s. I am not used to Candace with a short wig, but after a while, she did look pretty cute. She said it was for one of her music videos that she's going to be filming later that day or the next day. So, of course, Giselle is really messy, and she wants to make an announcement at the table that Candace had invited all the ladies to her video shoot. And she says, even Ashley? And Candace just comes right out and says, no, Ashley has not been invited. Ashley takes the high road and says that her and Candace have agreed to respect each other's space. I don't think that's true. You just weren't invited. But I appreciate you coming up with that. Candace does make the announcement that she's going to be making some changes in Chris's role. And I think that's best for her marriage. Please allow that man to go on and do what he wants to do in the culinary field. Find you an entertainment manager. So Mia decides they need to do some sort of exercise where they go around the table and say something that they love about every person. And, you know, I agree with Wendy. Wendy said, what in the summer camp is going on? Robin and Giselle and Candace, they both were not here for it. They really weren't. You know, Ashley tried to have something really positive come out about Candace, but it seemed to almost kill her. You know, she seemed to get real choked up. It was a forced positive comment, but she did it. And I appreciate that. Candace did even better. She came out and gave something nice about Ashley. However, she did say that she had to dig deep.
Even I can find something nice to say about Candace. That wig was moisturized, but I think it still kind of works for her.
The shovel that I used to find that little bit of compliment I did give to her is now a nub. But I did it, okay?
And I just think it's ridiculous. You two are so petty. You are so...
Well, everybody here knows Karen and I are not in a good place, so I have nothing nice to say. Wendy, we obviously have not talked. You're obviously still angry.
There's no obviously.
Well, I haven't heard from you, so I would just assume you.
She is the queen of dysfunction. Really, you could have came up with something nice to say about Karen. That's just tacky. And coming for Wendy, you don't want that woman on you. You cannot handle Wendy's mouth. The fact that Ashley and Candace could come up with something, Giselle could have done better. Mia jumps in and says that she told everybody at the restaurant that she didn't believe the story about Wendy's husband, and Giselle says that she was defending her husband, and that's why when she went off on her, all of that was out of space to her. Girl, please, you are not about to try to make us feel as if you are the victim. You are not the victim. You were wrong. You were wrong. You were spreading this around the group, and as an afterthought, you would say, but I don't believe it. Well, if you don't believe it, why are you spreading the rumor? Why are you starting this? And just like Wendy said, why didn't you bring it directly to me? Why were you hopping around from Ashley to Robin talking about it? Anyway, Wendy says that she just wants to make everything okay for now. You know, they're just going to smooth everything over. However, she truly believes that this is just temporary. And she is absolutely right. This is just temporary. You're going to get along right here at this goddess lunch. But not 5 hours later, you'll be at each other's throat again. Giselle then makes this comment that she doesn't destroy people's families. Karen does. Girl, please. Girl, please. You and Jamal destroyed your own family. That has nothing to do with Karen. Quit trying to put all of this on Karen. You are ticked off at Monique for bringing that binder to the reunion. You're really mad at Monique still, but since she's not on the show, you're just going to take it out on Karen. Set Karen free. Karen just spoke the truth.
And the things that were brought up. And I wonder if maybe the way that all that stuff came out and the people that were talking about it, Karen was included in that, if that had anything to do with you and Jamal kind of going your separate ways.
No, that wasn't new information for me.
Okay. So why didn't you say that?
Listen, I think she is full of crap. Her and Jamal's relationship was absolutely what Karen said it was, made up for TV. I think that Jamal was probably already dating this other lady and probably other people as well. And she needed a storyline. She needed a way to stay on the show. And I think that she asked him, would he pretend to be her man and pretend that they were trying to work things out for her storyline purposes. So, you know, you should blame yourself and Jamal and maybe blame your daddy, because your daddy told all your business on that hot mic down there at the girls' restaurant in Atlanta. Y'all are full of crap. And I also want to say that if Jamal had told you about this other woman before Monique brought out that beautiful binder, then why did you look so shocked? Why did you look as if you were electrocuted? Why did you look like Clark Griswold in Christmas Vacation? Girl, quit playing with us. You did not know. Karen then comes back and says if Giselle's children were hurt, she's sorry. However, she didn't look Giselle in the face when she said it. So Giselle, to me, gets really rude and says, who are you apologizing to? Because you're not looking at me. And then she sort of demands a custom apology. She's throwing in the extra words that she wants Karen to say. And Karen does it.
If you're going to apologize to me. Boo-boo.
I'm next.
Apologize to me. No, we're not good. Apologize to my black ass.
Hold on. If this is what you want and it's about your children, I apologize.
Right then in that moment, Karen was a lot bigger person than me because I really didn't feel that Giselle deserved an apology. And the way she was acting really made me think that I would not apologize to her acting that way. But Karen was much bigger person than me, and she apologized to Giselle. So Giselle accepts her apology, and she says that in the spirit of being respectful, she would like to go ahead and clear the slate with the two of them and start all over. Now I'm telling you, they both said the slate was cleared, but that's a lie. I know it is. The very next girls get together, Karen and Giselle will be back at each other's throat. It never works with the two of them. Are you believing that this slate is cleared? I don't. I think that this is about to blow up even more. I'm really tired of seeing this argument with Giselle and Karen. I'm over Robin. And Candace and Ashley, their feud has been going on almost the same amount of time. This is crazy. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And until next time, bye. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks.